The morning of October 7th, 2023, began like any other Saturday for the Shem Tov family. Jonathan Shem Tov was thinking about weekend plans, unaware that his son Omer was at the Nova Music Festival near the Gaza border. The festival was meant to be a celebration of peace and music. Suddenly, sirens shattered the calm. This time the alerts didn't stop. News of an attack spread, chaos, violence, and fear. Jonathan tried to reach Omer. No answer, no reply. The silence was suffocating. The festival had become a nightmare, and Omer was missing in the middle of it. Hours passed in a blur of desperate calls and searching for any sign of hope. Then, a video surfaced. Omer, terrified, forced into a vehicle by armed men. He was alive, but now a hostage. The horror became personal. Omer was no longer just missing, he was a captive. For Jonathan, the world broke that day. His life was upended, and a journey into darkness began. The ordinary had vanished, replaced by fear and uncertainty. The Shem Tov family's nightmare had only just begun. Before that day, Jonathan Shem Tov was simply a father living an ordinary life. Omer was a son, a brother, a friend, full of dreams and kindness. The Shem Tov family was like any other, bound by love and hope. They never expected to be thrust into tragedy. Now, Jonathan's life is consumed by one mission: bringing Omer home. His days are filled with meetings, interviews, and vigils, his old routines replaced by advocacy. He's become a public voice out of private desperation. The contrast is stark. Once worried about grades, now he worries if his son is even alive. Behind every headline, there are families like the Shem Tovs, ordinary people whose lives have been shattered. Today is June 26, 2025, 623 days since Jonathan last heard Omer's voice. Each day is another stretch of agonizing uncertainty. Time doesn't heal, it deepens the wound. The world moves on, but for hostage families, time is frozen. There are no letters, no calls, no proof of life, just the memory of a terrifying video. Every day is a battle between hope and despair. The silence is oppressive, a constant reminder of powerlessness. For Jonathan, it is a silence that screams. Outside, the world is loud, debates, protests, endless headlines. The Shem Tov family's tragedy is politicized, their pain used as a talking point. Jonathan's focus is unwavering. He wants his son back. He speaks to anyone who will listen, sharing stories of Omer's kindness and dreams. Amidst the noise, he fights to keep Omer's humanity at the forefront. The world argues, but Jonathan waits for a sign of life. His quiet plea is a reminder: behind every conflict, there are real people suffering. In a world of statistics and headlines, Omer Shem Tov is not a number. He's a young man with a favorite band, a goofy sense of humor, and a loving family. Jonathan shares memories: Omer's laughter, family vacations, small moments of joy. These stories transform Omer from an abstract victim into a real person. Jonathan's mission is to build empathy, to remind us that love for a child is universal. The stories of hostage families cut through the noise, asking us to choose humanity over politics. Omer's story is one of a future stolen, a family broken, and a love that endures. It's a plea to remember that every headline is a human heart. Behind every number is a name. We must not forget the people at the center of this tragedy. The hostages' ordeal is unimaginable, but the families endure a different pain, ambiguous loss. Omer is gone, yet present in every moment. No closure, no moving forward. Every decision is fraught. Do they celebrate a birthday? Change his room? The psychological torment is invisible but relentless. Sleeplessness, anxiety, and exhaustion become daily companions. Relationships strain under the weight of trauma. Even surrounded by supporters, the isolation is profound. Jonathan speaks honestly. You forget how to smile. Happiness feels like betrayal. The world sees resilience, but beneath it are deep, unseen wounds. 623 days of waiting have left scars no one else can see. After 623 days, Jonathan's message is simple: bring my son home. He asks not for revenge, but for compassion. He stood before leaders and crowds, always with the same plea. All he wants is for Omer and the other hostages to return to their families. Jonathan refuses to be drawn into hatred. His heart is filled only with worry for Omer. For him, victory is hearing his son's voice again. His plea is a call to action. We must not let the world forget. Share their stories, demand their return, value human life above all else. Omer is a son, a friend, a young man with a future. Jonathan has carried this fight for too long. He shouldn't have to do it alone. Let us lend our voices, amplify his plea, and stand with all the families. Hope needs a world that cares. Let us help bring them home.